Howdy folks, this is Romano here with another episode of Rap Reviews. I'm joined by two of my friendos, one of them being Kieran Henry.
Hello.
And the other one being Benjamin Banks.
Hello, sir.
And today we are doing a song, unfortunately by one of the members recently passed away.
Pour a little something on the floor.
Yeah,
I wouldn't pour it on your floor, sorry.
Yeah.
We're in Romano's living room, so that would be a bit disrespectful to Romano.
We'll pour some out for him later on outside.
But yeah, Stepa Groggs, man.
Unfortunately passed away. Do we know why?
I don't think so, no.
Like, I could never
I tried
read
to look
it.
today and there's still no information out. So
Under what circumstances? Unknown?
unknown circumstances.
Well, yeah, I
To the-
guess
to the
Did
public
he have
anyway.
any complicating medical
Not that I was aware
factors?
of.
he was a big boy, but
Yeah,
but
only
no,
29 years old.
Yeah,
Had some kids too.
poor guy.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, so unfortunately that's happened, but you know they did release an album last year that was sick, and this is a good song from it, Gravy and Biscuits.
Indeed.
So let's get into it.
Right, Gravy and Biscuits by Injury Reserve. Intro by Richie with a T. Check it. Yo, yo.
Okay,
And then into the chorus.
I think he's just saying, check out what I'm about to do.
I think that's it, dude.
Yeah.
We're coming in hot. Lube up, dude. We're coming in.
Clearing out his throat before he's about to start spitting.
Maybe. Okay, into the chorus, which is performed by both Richie with a T and Stepa Groggs. Me and you, in brackets, check it. Yeah, check it. Everything cool. Everything gravy and biscuits. Everything's all right.
So I think it's like a little bit of a just between the two of them, as you know, this kind of feels like a little almost like a Tribe Called Quest kind of start to a song, don't you think? Like the little them singing together,
Back and forth sort of.
yeah. I don't know, it just reminds me of that.
Do we have like a little definition on what Gravy and Biscuits means?
Gravy and biscuits, I assume, is just there. Like, I think it's just a way of saying like everything's cool, everything's gravy and biscuits. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess when
So
something-
look, people say here everything's gravy, like that's
Yeah,
gravy.
It's all gravy, baby.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
all
yeah.
gravy, baby. So I think it's just an American way of saying that, I guess. Gravy and biscuits.
And also, biscuits we talked about in our last episode.
We did, yeah.
Buttering those biscuits.
A little bit of a reference. I like this. We're already,
Bit of
we're already
foreshadowing in the last
episodes.
episode, possibly? Planned? Unplanned? I have no idea.
Huge.
Probably not.
Definitely not.
Okay, so that's the chorus, and they just repeat that again. I think it's basically just saying everything's cool, man. They're coming out with their debut studio album. They've got to where they want to get to. Everything's breezy and gravy and biscuits at the moment for them.
Wait, so the album that they released last year was their first album?
Well, it's their first studio album.
feature album. Like I don't know what you call that.
Like the other ones were essentially just like self-released like mixtapes or
I think so,
self-released
yeah.
like digital albums and
EPs
stuff.
and tapes.
Yeah.
Right.
All very good, by the way. Like Live from the Dentist Office,
It's great.
Floss.
Yeah.
There's one before Live from the Dentist Office, which was like a 5-track thing, I think.
They got
And then
they
they
had a few definitely before this
And
one.
what was the one after Floss? It was like a 5-track EP. That was really cool too. And then this one was a studio one that came out, and the big one that sort of got them that mainstream. And
they're also good
notoriety.
friends with Amine, and they've done a couple of tracks with him. Yeah.
And JPEG too. So.
Yeah. But they went like Jailbreak the Tester is probably their biggest track, and also
Yeah.
Campfire, which both have
Yeah,
Amine in
yeah.
it. Yeah. Who's also had his debut album come out this year. Sophomore album.
Yeah. Which is really good also, by the way.
It's not bad.
I quite liked it now.
Yeah, it's a little bit all over the, like he's trying too much for me, but I like when he's doing like a nice like his style of rapping song.
Yeah,
I'm
I know
into
what you're
it.
saying. Yeah,
When it's all singing and shit, it's like I'll probably listen to other people for that. But
fair enough.
no offense to me.
When
he
when
probably
was
doesn't
it?
give a fuck.
When was it released? Amine's album.
Like
2 weeks ago,
3 weeks ago. Yeah.
Does it like talk about the current situation that's going on in the US?
No, I think a lot of the albums, except for I know what L Sweatshirt. His new album is kind of about like the fall of the American Empire.
Is that Feet of Clay? Or
Yeah. So I know like that's one that feels like it's talking about what's going on, but a lot of the other albums seems like they were just already made. Basically, they'll
Just
probably
in post-production during the whole like
finishing touches and
rise
then,
up of the Black Lives Matter movement.
exactly. And I think like I know a lot of like mixtapes and like just like one-off singles have been coming out from artists, but yeah, it's hard I guess to put an album together. You know, it's only really been happening since April, March.
Yeah. Well, have you listened
Well, it's been
to,
happening for fucking
Have you listened to Run
200
the
years,
Jewels
but-
4?
Huh?
Have you listened to Run the Jewels 4, the album that they released this year?
Yeah, that's true. But they always are kind of about like it's hard to they're always about kill your masters. Like fuck the man.
It's not as if like they would have purposely written this album in reference to what was going on. It's like they probably would have.
It's just
They would have done
wrote,
it anyway.
wrote most of it,
exactly.
and then been like, oh, actually, this kind of exactly fits the moment.
I think they tailored that film clip a little bit, Oola. Just because it's got like everyone in the streets just like throwing money out, they're kind of fed up with the system. But like, then again, that is just we should do this when we're doing a fucking Run the Jewels song. Right
Awesome song, by the way. Great album.
Great album. Yeah, I actually think one of their most solid ones yet. Yeah.
Definitely.
Get back to it.
Anyway,
yeah, I think the injury reserve are in a good spot here. Is roughly when they're starting to break out and things are happening for them.
unfortunately, one of them dies, which fucking
Which
sucks.
is fucking awful.
Do you reckon they're gonna keep going with just Richie?
I don't know. I don't even know if they know yet.
Yeah.
Well, there's Richie and the producer too.
Yeah.
Parker.
Yeah. So they could just do the two of them, but
So what, it's like a 3-man band?
It is. Sorry, yeah. So it's producers Parker Corey. He just makes the like the music, and then Richie with the T. Is sort of, I guess, if you had to have a front man, he would be the front man.
yeah. Well, I guess so. Yeah, it's hard to say.
It's hard to say. That's sort of 50-50, him and Groggs.
Mm.
But yeah.
But I think Richie does feature on more tracks.
I think so, yeah. And there's times where other artists have had, like Campfire by Amino. It says featuring Injury Reserve, but it's really
just
only Richie.
Richie.
Maybe Parker had something to do with the production.
Yeah, with the beat. But yeah, that's a good point.
Anyway, first verse kicks off with Stepa Groggs. Humble as a mumble in the jungle you dig. Can't never knock the hustle. Get that shit how you live.
Humble as a mumble in the jungle.
Well, I know for a fact that this is a reference to a great song by Outkast.
Go on, tell us more.
Well, that's it.
Which is not the first time he's used, Groggs used that
yeah, he
line
does.
in the album. He uses it on another song as well.
Yeah, but humble is jungle.
I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
shots and screams. That's the way the cracker
Yeah,
crumbles.
yeah.
So I guess I got to reroute my dreams.
What is that song?
That is
what's the name
Bombs
of
of
the song?
Bombs over Baghdad.
the humble and the mumble. Humble mumble. That's the name.
I
of
thought
the
it was
track.
called
Yeah.
on Snake Onion.
I think so. Yeah, it is on
Yeah,
Snake Onion. Yeah,
yeah.
Awesome track. It's got him and his ex-wife, the
Erica.
lovely Erica Badu, and yeah, it's a tune.
What is humble as a mumble in a jungle supposed to mean?
Shuts and screams. No, well, that song is actually just about like I think just like overcoming adversity. Really, that's what I get from it.
Is that just like a funny sort of?
Well, it's just kind of like, well, that's the thing is like that's the way a cracker crumbles. So I guess I have to reroute my dream. It's just like shit will happen. You know, like in the jungle, you just got to reroute. You
Yeah.
just got to like think around it, get around it, kind of thing.
It almost sounds like a nursery rhyme the way you say it. Like, is that intended?
I'm maybe it's a reference. Maybe that is a reference to something else.
Yeah, I don't know.
But we're not fucking doing that song. Maybe old mate's referencing that instead of. But I doubt it.
Nah, I think it's just, yeah.
It's
he
a
knows
pretty.
what he's doing,
It's
yeah.
It'd be probably like top 10 Outkast tracks. I reckon. Yeah.
So, reference to Outkast, essentially. He's sitting humble at the moment, is what he wants
Sitting
to know. He can't
humble.
knock the hustle. He's been working hard to get to finally where he can be comfortable and sit back and be like, you know what?
Yeah.
We're chilling right now.
He appreciates hard work and all that it stands for.
Yeah, and maybe that's like he liked that little like saying, way of life. He took it on. That's why he opens like a couple of tracks with it, right?
Yeah, there's one other song on the album where he opens with that too.
So it's fair to say that Outkast is probably a fairly big influence on Injury Reserve.
I'd say they're
Actually,
fans, yeah.
another thing though, what Big Boy does, he always says like cooler than a polar bear's toenails or nails. Like he uses that a lot. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's actually in a lot of his like. So maybe it's like his like version of that is like humble and mumble.
Okay.
You dig?
All right, I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that. Okay. Glad to see a new day because not everyone does. Tell my daughter I love her. Shoot a text to my bros.
He's just really grateful for living to see another day. I guess I'm not sure where Injury Reserve are from and what their background was like growing up, but I'm sure if it's like most other hip-hop artists, it's probably from fairly impoverished socioeconomic backgrounds.
I think
And
they're from Phoenix or something? No, I couldn't tell you. Get on
life,
that, Ray.
life
I'm
is...
trying to
Search,
look
dude.
Arizona based.
Phoenix, Arizona? Dude, I was going
Yeah, you were close.
Well, I don't know if it's Phoenix, but they're in Arizona.
And they're inspired by Tribe Called Quest and Black Sheep. So there you go.
Black
I was
Sheep.
kind of right.
There you go.
So boom, boom, boom. What are we up to next?
So yeah, tell my daughter I love her, shoot a text to my brother, and this is cool because it goes on to the next line. So, tell my daughter I love her, shoot a text to my bros. I'm just glad nobody's shooting text to my bros, as in TECs, Tech Nines. I'm guessing that's what he means by that.
This actually whole bit is really fun wordplay.
Ooh.
Don't you reckon?
Just, I have to read it again.
Oh, no, like
we had to find out. So.
Yeah, just from memory.
So, tell me what I said. I'm just glad nobody's shooting text to my bros, because to not be in the bay got me stressing so much. New time zone every day. It's hard keeping in touch.
Talking about the... Sorry, were you about to continue?
No, I was going to.
Is he talking about the stresses of constantly being on the road and touring, and
it's a new thing for him.
Waking up in a new time zone all the time.
Yeah,
a lot of jet lag to contend with.
Exactly. Yeah. So
yeah, he feels like he's losing some of his friendships, maybe from it. Just a distance.
Yeah. Feeling just out of sorts. It's not a normal lifestyle for him. This is what he has to do in order to be able to get humble and chill at the end of it. You need to go through those peaks and valleys.
You got to become a rap star, then you get humble.
And then you get jet lag and realize that you're just a human being like the rest of us.
And then you get the fruit and veg shop.
Yeah.
You can see that Ben's done his research and
I was listening to some older episodes today, so it's a callback.
Dug into the history of rap reviews and
very professional from you though, Benjamin, with the callback. I like.
Oh, thank you, dude.
I don't know if our fans will remember, but still.
Okay, so new time zones every day. It's messing with the guy. But all my real ones know I'll be there in the clutch. Yo, I went from duck, duck, goose to getting fucked up off goose, connect 4 to hitting my connect 4. 4 grams or more just to make it through the day.
That's what I was talking about with the fun wordplay.
Yeah.
So he went from Duck Duck Goose, which is a classic game.
A very, very innocent game that you play in your childhood.
To Grey Goose, which is a pretty highly respected...
top shelf vodka.
Yeah, you got more artisan craft stuff now that's kind of taken over, but for many years Grey Goose was considered... That and Belvedere is considered... Yeah, they're the two big dogs. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, went from innocent chad games like Duck Duck Goose to getting crazy off that goose.
And then also
from playing Connect 4 games like Connect 4
to hitting my Connect 4 grams or more.
4 grams, I'm guessing, is probably in reference to marijuana.
Ooh,
Doja?
It could be anything.
Yeah, I know.
Could be some Doja.
It's not a whole lot, is it? I don't think 4 grams.
4 grams of weed is not a lot. I'd say cocaine.
You're not going to do much of that.
Yeah.
You don't, true. You don't really reference weed in grams, do you? It's always ounces.
Or like quarter ounce.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, especially
quarter would probably be the smallest amount a rapper would buy.
Yeah, anything less is just
like I don't really buy smaller than a quarter. Generally. I'm not a rapper.
That's just because you're trying to economize.
Yeah, exactly.
Of a limited budget, you really have to get bang for your buck.
Got to think smart.
And that is buying in bulk.
It's true.
Message to the feds: we don't buy marijuana in bulk, and we're not selling it to our friends, and we're not purchasing marijuana actually.
But I did used to sell drugs, so fuck you. Don't worry, the cops won't listen to this. I doubt it.
You never know.
Anyway.
Might be something, yeah. So yeah, from Connect 4, obviously the child's game, or the board game, to hitting my Connect 4, obviously a Connect, hook up, a dealer, a friend of a friend, who's going to get you some stuff.
Yep.
4 grams or more, to be precise.
The middleman, at least.
So 4 grams or more just to make it through the day. Now I fly for some Harolds and come back the same day. What's up?
Oh.
I had to Google what Harolds was because that meant nothing to me.
It's a place in England, right? Like the famous store? Harolds?
No, it's a chicken shop.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Only in somewhere in America. I can't remember where it was. So he's now saying he's got enough sort of money to be able to fly just to get some chicken from Harolds and come back on the same day. Like Elvis sending people to get burgers for him and come back.
I mean, I love the brag, but God, this day and age, like that carbon footprint to go and get a burger from like interstate.
It's all right when Elvis did it. It was the 50s.
Yeah, carbon didn't count back then.
Didn't he used to like send like interns on crazy journeys to get like burgers?
Yeah,
for
yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But you're not technically correct with the Harolds thing being it's an English department store. Like
that's right. It's a high fancy
end.
one. Yeah. Okay, cool. So I wasn't completely off the mark.
No, but like, can you see? Injury reserve melding well into a high-end department store in Britain.
Oh, they might.
I genuinely can. Yeah.
They also sell some. They sell some cool shit at Harolds. Like,
yeah, I remember I got like a 500 of the greatest rock bands of all time book there.
All right, how much it cost you? Like $80.
Well, I got it from my sister who gave it to me as like remuneration for. This is back in the day when you used to have iPods. Sorry, I'm going a long tangent here, but you used to have iPods, and before the days of like technology where you could load songs into iTunes.
Back in my day,
all the information was there. Or like you put the CD in and the CD would have information on it which would be picked up by the computer and like load with all the track information. No, I didn't have any of that. Maybe we were just using really primitive technology.
Oh, yeah, as long as you were hooked up to the internet, iTunes has been doing it for fucking 20 years.
I thought this was a book. You're talking about a book?
Yeah, dude,
I'm getting there. Anyway,
I really hope it's worth it.
none of the track listing was on there, so I spent many hours going through and typing out the entire discography to put onto my sister's iPod, and as a payment, she got me a $50 book for what? How many hours did I put into that? I reckon I probably put a good like 3 weeks of my life into
Wow,
that.
that's a good brother to do that for.
It is a fucking good brother, but also a little bit edge on my sister's behalf, really exploiting
It just
cheap
sucked.
13-year-old labour.
I would have enjoyed doing that. I used to see how like anal
I used to do it.
iTunes back in the day.
I-
I've done
yeah.
those same things.
Yeah, I used to do that, but I thought like when you had the internet on, if you just stuck the disc in, iTunes would pick it up.
Not always, no.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just straight up wouldn't.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I always just thought every time it didn't work, my internet wasn't working. But then I would do the same thing where you type it all in one by one, make sure all the letters are perfect, no
Get
spaces.
the-
You don't want those
the-
spaces.
Yeah, you got to capitalise the letters
Yeah, you
as
gotta
well.
The,
Yeah.
the thing like that messed with me the most was if it was obviously rap albums too with features. So you never knew how to write the feature. I put it in brackets. Do I put it
yeah,
in
always-
do I put like a capital F?
Always,
or just go lowercase.
always in bracket, lowercase f, dot after the FEAT. That's
Are you
personally
doing
that's
EAT?
my method. Yeah,
EAT
Yeah.
sometimes. Sometimes
Feet
just straight
dot.
FT.
Yeah.
Sometimes featuring. You write the word no periods or anything, dude. Just straight
Nah,
up.
when do you see that though? On iTunes.
Oh, you see it. Dude. It pops up. Trust me.
That's
Young fun
regal.
guy
That's some
once
real
did that,
Harold
yeah.
shit.
All right.
We-
Oh, sorry for that.
Can we
tangent.
just quickly? What was number one in that book? The 500 greatest rock bands.
I'd have to dig it up.
The
It's,
Beatles? I'm
it's
guessing
back.
it's
It's
Beatles.
back at my.
It's
my
always like
place in
Beatles or
Perth.
Beach Boys.
Rolling
Beach
Stones,
Boys,
maybe.
yeah.
Yeah, dude, Beach Boys
Stone
had some
Stones,
fucking hot
Zeppelin.
albums. Yeah, but they'll be up there as well.
Yeah.
I think Pet
Sabbath.
Sounds from like I remember the Rolling Stones top 500 was Pet Sounds. They gave it to that, and then Revolver was second.
Revolver is a great.
Oh,
song.
Well,
yeah,
Pet
totally.
Sounds is a fucking good time as well. So they're both great.
Give me the Beatles over the Beach Boys.
I had
any
a
day.
top 500 top 500 albums of all time book, and number one on that was Highway 61 Revisited by Bob Dylan.
Classic.
Yeah, see, that's another one that
The
just
Clash was third.
yeah.
Hot album, but random. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's going to be weird when they rewrite these books in like 40 years because then all of those, like, do you reckon they're all going to still be there?
Well,
You know,
what?
like-
how many rock albums?
Like, I'm
will
not saying
have,
that no one's going to
really-
listen to the Beatles, or, but I think, like, we've talked about sort of like hip hop is taking over in terms of like mainstream appeal. There's way more like rappers out there than there is rock bands, and, like every country in the world's getting into it. In like 50 years, do you reckon some old guy, who was basically us in 30 years is going to be like, I still say the Rolling Stones is the best fucking album, like.
Yeah,
He could, but I don't think that it would be met with, especially if it's being, he's trying to target an audience of this generation.
Yeah.
You've got to kind of have understanding of what's popular, and right now, rock just ain't that popular.
Rock.
I mean, it's popular. Don't get me wrong, but it's not hip hop.
Yeah, it doesn't have the same appeal. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But I guess the days of print are like, I'm not going to say over, but they're certainly diminished in comparison with what it would have been back in the day.
Yeah. Who knows? Anyway,
I just realised I've had my phone in my hand this whole time and not looked down once, and I've been halfway through writing a draft email to the people at Genius for their app to let them know whether it was good or not. Like I didn't ask anything there. Good. Okay, where were we at? I can't remember. Harold's. No. Yeah, Harold's. Yeah, that's all right. So, fly to Harold's on the same day. What's up? I'm an awful guy. You bozos set the bar too low. You born in 85 and told your girl you're about to blow. You blew in 85 and told your mum it's for the business. You about to blow your knee out at LA Fitness. There's a lot going on.
It's the life of that guy, whoever he's talking about, right?
Born in 85 and then blew in 85. Like,
So,
it was an active year of, being a toddler, being an infant.
No, I think his mum was told to blow.
Well, okay, so you're born in 85 and told your girl you're about to blow.
Oh, okay.
You blew like 85, so 85, 12,000 and told your mum it's for the business. You're about to blow your knee out at LA Fitness.
Oh, so you've blown the money, you've blown 85, and then you're an old man and you blow your knee out at LA Fitness.
You're saying what's 85? So what? There'd be 25 now.
Yeah.
No, sorry, 35 now.
85.
Yeah, 35 now. And told your girl you're about to blow. Is that saying like he's still in his 30s going like, oh, babe, like I'm about to blow. Just like, let me keep going with this, like my music or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But really,
bit
like you're
delusional
35,
in
bro.
his
It's time to,
ability.
time to get some responsibility.
Don't worry, the 85,000 is coming back. It's all an investment. It's kind of like this podcast. Every time we spend money, I'm like, don't worry, it's going to come back to us.
I don't think we're ever going to be in the positive. It's not going to happen. Also, can we just have a moment to appreciate the word bozo and using that as an insult?
Not often you hear that in a rap
no
song.
way.
It's very Always Sunny. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, bozo.
Great. It is a great word. Yeah, good pickup. Word of the week, possibly?
Yeah, sure.
Did you have a word of the
Yeah,
week?
did you have one?
Did you?
Oh, was it me?
Yeah, will you choose? We'll go with bozo.
We'll go with
I
bozo.
can get bozo.
Maybe jabroni, because it was actually added to the dictionary.com this week.
Was it
It
actually?
was indeed, man.
But jabroni's not in this song.
No, but it's not just a hot word, dude. The rock came out with it. And it's an Always Sunny as well.
do we want an Urban Dictionary definition of bozo?
Yeah, it's going to be bozo. It's the word of the week. It has to be in the song, by the way, man, for next time.
From Kung of the Duckheads, I'm guessing he's Kiwi. Bozo is a name that references someone who has failed to achieve any level of formal education and is easily led and influenced by anyone who appears sympathetic. Which really describes this person. Like he's really naive, thinking,
Really the perfect word.
this 85k, no worries, good investment. Trust me with it.
I'm sorry, if I was with someone and they blew 85k, I'd be like, I'm leaving you straight away.
That he borrowed from his mum, too.
Yeah, what an idiot. She's never getting that money
What a
back.
saint that woman is.
Yeah. So trusting in her son's ability.
Yeah, no. And now he's working at LA Fitness or he's going to the gym, he's blowing it.
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah. I thought we're done with this guy. at
Yeah,
this
he's
point.
done too. That's actually done with that verse.
His knee's probably like it's a big deal, sure, but in the grand scheme of things, like 85. Actually, no, knee's pretty big.
Yeah.
It affects
You don't want to.
mobility.
You don't want to blow your knee. No way.
No.
Reconstructive surgery in that bad boy is fucking awful. Apparently,
He's probably like too focused on upper body, not doing enough leg work.
you never miss leg day.
No, never.
You never
leg
miss
day.
it. Don't bother going to the gym if you're going to miss leg day.
And you've got to work not only your quads but also your hammies as well. Otherwise, that weakens the knee. Apparently,
Oh, and you're forgetting your baby calves.
calves.
You got to have those little baby calves.
It's all about the calves, really.
Yeah.
That's what us men compare ourselves against, right?
Yeah,
The calves.
you're referencing like Johnny Drama and Entourage.
The implants?
Yeah, he's like, they're influencers, but if you tell me they're real, I'm not going to believe you.
There wasn't a specific reference, but I feel like it's pretty common in the male experience to compare calves. It started like way back when, the founders of America, like not George Washington. Who's the dude?
He stood up on that rock and just popped that baby calf out.
Benjamin, remember they used to wear those like shorts and they'd have like the little shirts with their...
Yeah, the
their
frilly.
little-
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently that's where like calf envy comes from.
Really?
Those like not frontier days, those like early colonizing days where that was the attire and they'd have their calves on full display. And
I would have just assumed long socks with that sort of outfit.
you think so, like a Quaker style. But should we do
Not in
a
that
quick
calf era,
comparison?
dude.
No, we don't have time
I
for
got,
that.
I got pretty good calves.
Yours are pretty
Look at
good.
those.
They're not bad calves.
They're
They're
like
not bad.
tennis player calves. Those are the ideal.
I don't mind mine. They're pretty. I think they're pretty muscular.
Yeah, you got them on show.
Yeah, I don't have fantastic calves.
Oh, you got some thick boys there.
Yeah.
Man.
Some
Yeah.
thick boy legs.
Damn, I feel emasculated looking at those things.
All right. This is a mainly audio show though, so people at home fucking didn't see any of that. So let's get back to just doing.
Missing out some sweet calf action, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so then we kick it into Richie with a tease verse, which kicks off with, "Who, me? You should see the other guy. He been Mavis Beacon thumbs cramping trying to nullify."
Ooh, I'm not gonna.
Now, I did have to type in
Yeah.
Google this.
Well,
because
I
that
get the you should see the other guy thing. It's like.
That's a classic line.
Yeah, when you've been
Like,
punching or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, like, oh, you should see the other guy. Yeah.
yeah, it's a classic.
Even
trope.
if the other guy's fine, you always say it as a joke.
And to work around Mavis Beacon, trying to nullify someone means that you're trying to. No, I don't know what I was going to say. No, what does nullify mean?
It's like
means-
to mute to like
yeah, to like make their
cancel.
argument void or whatever
Yeah.
else, or just
I don't know. It's one of those words when it's. I feel confident using it, but then describing.
Well, just know from we're doing editing. When you have like a null object, it's basically like you put a null object over something and it makes it seem as if it doesn't exist, even though it does.
Oh yeah.
So it kind of is what you're saying. It's like
Cancels out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nullify someone. It's just like, well,
Yeah.
your opinion is just like irrelevant.
Yeah, exactly. Like trying to like take out all their power
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
Maybe cancel culture should be renamed nullify culture.
Oh, dude, that's
Dude,
brandy,
you
dude.
could actually like
Start nullify culture.
No, but you could we got some nullifiers over here. Like,
Oh, yeah, I like that.
make a little meme and shit. Oh fuck, we might go viral. Finally, we're gonna go viral.
So yeah, if you want to share this pod, hashtag nullify. Nullifiers.
Yeah, nullify us.
We'll be the first ones
Nullifiers
to-
roll out.
So Mavis Beacon, I had to Google. Does anyone know Mavis Beacon? If not familiar?
She sounds American.
Heard the name.
So Mavis Beacon apparently is a computer software program from the 90s that taught you how to type on a computer.
Oh.
So wholesome.
So he's saying he been Mavis Beacon thumbs cramping trying to nullify. He's basically talking about keyboard warriors attacking him online, saying you guys are trash, yada, yada, yada. They're trying to nullify his opinions, his art, but really, they're just on that Mavis Beacon type. And, and they're
Keyboard warrior. It's a
keyboard
cool way of
warriors.
saying
It's a
keyboard
really,
warrior.
really, like, the coolest way you could possibly say that, man.
Dude,
There's no way I could ever come up
You
with
want
that.
respect. That's a deep cut.
That's, yeah, it's a hot line.
Incredibly deep.
It's a hot song. Let's
This is a track.
So yeah, cool way of saying just shut your mouth if you're sitting behind a screen with not really anything to say. He's been trying to monetize handshakes and daps. I've been buying passports for my friends. Point at the map.
Trying to monetize handshakes and daps, so like his handshake, which would be completely nullified in this current era of COVID. But what he thinks his worth is so great that he can somehow make money off his ability to make deals, and I don't know.
And maybe like this guy's he's trying to like claim and capitalize on everything, but while he's doing that, old mate Richie is just like having a great time with his friends
And actually
like,
putting the work in.
yeah, and not being stoogey with his money and like just having fun
Yeah,
with it.
yeah.
You
I
know?
took it as someone trying to climb like a corporate ladder in regards to like doing the alternative of making art and betting on yourself. It's kind of like you're too worried about handshaking the right people, dapping people up like the right people,
Doing a bit
and
of-
climbing and putting that
Yeah.
face on, climbing that ladder. Whereas I'm over here taking a risk on myself and it's paid off. And you're still the angry one. In
I'm
your
gonna have to
position.
say I think you probably got that one.
Yeah,
that seems like
100%.
more of a correct answer than what we came up with. But it's
Just
all
due to like
right.
how the rest of the song plays out and what the sort of thing,
good-
his verse theme is. That's how I feel he's going with
good
it.
pickup, bro.
So like the two paths, you've got the one which is like all about being a sycophant and sucking up to
Yeah.
people who are going to help you climb that ladder, whereas him and his mates are pointing at maps, being like, "Where are we going to go next? I got the passports."
Exactly,
Yeah.
dude. Like you let me know. Do you point? Put a blindfold on. We going.
I've always wanted to do that. Just get like a whole bunch of darts and just throw it
Yeah.
at a map and see where I go.
You'd have to have some bank on you, and what happens if it's just like you throw it? It's like Jerusalem. It's like I guess we're going to Jerusalem.
Dude, I've been
I
to Jerusalem.
really
Weirdly
wanna
enough,
go to
dude.
Have you?
Yeah, 100%. Bethlehem.
How was?
I don't remember. I don't remember. Yeah, I was like 5 or 6.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty intense. I had to get a fish blessed at one point.
Oh yeah.
Fish.
There was a lot of pressure.
Were you blessed the fish or someone blessed the fish for
I put
you?
it was like a small fish keychain thing, and I had to put it inside a little like this dome thing, and it was like that's not where I'm blessed. I don't know.
What, like a blessing machine?
Kind of.
It
I thought
sounds
you left it in there when I thought you put it down and you walk away and it's like been blessed. It takes it away from you. But no, I put it down and walked away and then this woman got to me and was like, "You have to pick up your thing." I was like, "Oh, sorry." And I went and picked up my thing and took it home, and now I have this blessed fish keychain at home.
That's cool.
Blessing comes in the form of 240 volt machinery.
So if you guys want to get some stuff blessed, man, just point at the map.
Just go to Jerusalem. All right, well, fuck. What a detour.
The sky over. Okay, this is okay. The sky over your head ain't safe no more, and this safe place ain't your home. And then in brackets, would you like to upload this to your cloud?
Is that the lady? It's a lady voice or something. Would you
It
like to
is,
have this
yeah,
video?
yeah.
And
It's
is
like
that
a-
like a? That's
It's like a Siri or an Alexa sort of voice.
It's kind of
that
the
comes in.
callback to the other track in the album where it's like how to make a hip hop song, right?
Yeah, actually, yeah, it's a similar sort of voice.
Yeah. Right? I don't know. I just thought maybe
That makes sense, yeah.
like a little reference to
Whatever
that.
you
But
thought.
other than that, I don't get it.
So, the sky over your head ain't safe no more, and this safe place ain't your home is actually a reference to a De La Soul song, I believe.
Oh, la.
Yeah, but it's like the
with
lyric from
Redman.
that song's like the sky over your head ain't. This something safe place. The rap game ain't safe for you no more, or something is what the actual
that's
original
actually
line is.
Dope track. That's Ooh by De La Soul featuring Redman.
Yeah, right.
Unfortunately, a kind of a band to try to listen to their music on streaming services because their dickhead old producers basically wanted to make all the money.
Really?
So you can only really find it on YouTube.
Right.
You only have the new stuff, which is alright, but their old original albums is like, check it out. That is
actually,
really...
I've come across this before, trying to like.
Yeah, because if you go into like Spotify, or you'd be like, why is there only an album from like 2015? Like these guys are.
Yeah, try to know.
Yeah, they took all of their old and like their original
I think
albums.
there must have been a breakthrough at some point where they'd put some material on, I'd uploaded it to a playlist, and then subsequently gone to like play music. And then you don't use Spotify, but do you use Spotify, Ben?
Yeah.
And how like you'll skip through songs and it'll hit a song and it'll be about to play, and then Spotify will be like, joke, sorry, move on.
Yeah.
Which I think has
they
been
got
removed
that.
from Spotify. I think there was a bunch of De La Soul stuff that was on Spotify but has since been removed.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks because like I used to listen to them a lot when I was a kid, so it sucks that you can't. Especially Ooh by with Redman. That is like having Redman doing all the kind of hype stuff. Yeah, check it out. But yeah, fuck. I don't know what I'm saying.
But it's a reference to that song.
Yeah, it's a reference to the song. It's a good song.
I'm not really sure what he means by it.
Go over your head, ain't safe no more. So he's trying to say that
Live in fear.
the area that you thought was your kingdom maybe ain't so much
Yeah.
anymore. I don't know what would you like to upload this to?
Is that maybe going back to the line about the guy, the keyboard warrior, saying like it's not as safe as you thought it was being behind that screen because you're basically exposing your opinion to everyone. You're opening yourself up to get this backlash.
Yeah, that's a
Maybe.
good point. And maybe like just like same thing if you like to say the keyboard warrior or the guy who's like climbing the corporate ladder. Like, you're not really safe in your little own bubbles. Like,
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to reference
Yeah.
the rest of the song, not from trying to think of what the reference was. Because the thing in that song, it's just like doing a classic 90s. Like, they're just kind of saying, like, we're the best rappers kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so for this song, though, it feels like a different use of it, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
Well, so I was just confused with the next line. Would you like to upload this to your cloud? I'm guessing that's why I thought it could be still referencing the dude at the computer because everything's, everyone's faceless now. Everyone just says whatever.
Yeah.
Because there seems to be a theme running in this verse that is about technology and where we're at and how people communicate now.
I don't know, do you want to keep rolling with
Well, I
it?
was going to say the next line's actually quite nice to tie into that, actually. So,
Oh, hey now.
next line is, the blue light's bad for your eyes, Lil. You won't grab the chrome. And then, in brackets, Google me.
Oh, yeah.
The blue light thing is apparently something that Harvard University or someone did, where they discovered that the blue light in smartphones or in iPhones actually is really bad for your eyes, or it does something.
Oh,
to
that's
your
why it
eyes.
says the blue light ain't safe for your eyes no
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
So
That's a really bad description of what I was trying to say. But
No, the point.
But, like,
the
that's
point's
what that's
made.
referencing. I'm fairly certain.
like technology and like people, our view on technology changes over time, I guess, maybe?
yeah.
Is that
Or is he trying to disparage this keyboard warrior for spending all of his time and being like, you could spend your life ragging on people behind the comfort of a computer screen, but that's also going to affect your eyesight.
I think that's 100% nailed what he's saying. Because with the next line, you won't grab the Chrome. You won't grab an actual gun and come at me.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you'll Google me using Google Chrome.
Yeah.
Because that's all we can do.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think that, yeah, from what we've got here. Yeah.
So this verse is basically entirely about calling out keyboard warriors.
Yeah, it's quite consistent in what he's trying to say. He stays on topic. I'll give you that.
But fair enough though, like I'm sure as an artist you get people calling you out like all the time.
Oh,
and
it'd be
it would be
awful
like
to read.
well, it would be these people on the internet that like you never will ever get to actually like fucking meet them. So you have to just create a song, but then they don't like your music or whatever, so they're probably not gonna fucking listen to it.
But that's, I guess, that ties into the whole theme of the song. Is at the end of the day, he's just like, I'm going to complain, but fuck it, we don't care. We're happy. We're sitting with gravy and biscuits.
Yeah.
Like-
Would we be considered part of that? I mean, we're not actively campaigning against him, but we'd be those people looking into his music,
Yeah, but we're always usually pro, except for like what's his name?
trying to be as
Except
objective as
for,
possible.
except for Gucci Gang, we've been positive about like literally everyone else. Like we've made jokes, but yeah.
So we're those guys who are not going to grab the actual chrome on Lil Pump.
Well, we don't have access to
trying to
Chrome.
monetize handshakes and dabs.
It's funny. I think we actually have talked about me trying to monetize handshakes in an episode because I always get upset when you go for the bump and they go for the slap, and then it's like that awkward. Like one of you has to change. Then if one of them changes and the other one doesn't, you ever done that? Like with friends, it's just kind of like not really with friends, like good buddies, but when you're out and you meet someone that you know and you're like, hey man, and you do. You guys ever doing that?
Yeah.
And what do you go for there? Actually, I kind of like in Corona era that handshakes are just completely
I'm
off.
loving the bows.
Straight bows.
Yes.
You know what? I'm loving like middle-aged men bowing me.
Yeah,
like
dude.
coming up to me like I have like clients at work I have to go to and stuff, and it's like,
You know what?
I'm not expecting a handshake, and they're like, thanks mate, thanks for the job, no worries, and they just throw that bow up.
I like
I'm
it as well because you kind of got to
fires me
like
up.
have to roll up to each other, like side on. You kind of got to go that kind of portrait style like butts. Like it's fun. Even though I feel like you're getting closer than a handshake, but I guess it's all
you can both be kind of facing different ways as well.
Yeah.
I got a new one today. My barista out in Parramatta, she hadn't seen me in a while, so when I came up, she gave me the bow. I put up my bow, not expecting to have any kind of interaction, no physical interaction, and then she started like waving her elbow around, like doing circles around my bow. I thought that was like a nice little touch.
Dude, I think
But not touching.
into you,
Like,
She's about 40 and maybe
she's
losing her
into
marbles
you.
a little bit, but
she's into you, bro.
but not touching bows, like just
no,
circling around. it.
no.
Like,
She was circling around my bow.
Yeah.
nice. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, actually, now that I actually talk about it out loud, it kind of sounds like she is coming on to me.
So she created an orbit around your bow.
I didn't know what to do with that. I kind of just like paid and like backed up against the corner. Make my coffee quick so I can get out of here.
I'm gonna make it extra hot for you, Kieran.
N-words put all of their eggs in one basket. Shit happens, gotta double down on their actions. Or they hold their breath and turn around for reactions. Ain't shit happen, we well accustomed to your tactics.
Jeez.
To put all of one's eggs into one basket means to not diversify amongst
Diversify your bonds.
your wealth or even like your friends, and just have faith in one person or one particular pathway.
Which is, that's true. You should diversify as much as possible.
So I think he's just basically going back to what he was saying before, that there's guys who are monetizing handshakes and daps. They got their one direction they're going in, and that's where they're going in, whereas he's got his hand in a few different baskets, and he's, trying this, trying that. It's riskier, but at the end of the day, he's going to be happy doing what he wants to do. And if it pays off for him, it's going to pay off way better than like...
That's kind of like us. We all have jobs, but we do this podcast for a little bit of fun.
For fun, maybe one day monetize it.
Maybe
you never know. I doubt it.
Definitely fucking one day.
Who's ever made money off podcasts except Joe Rogan?
Fucking heaps of people, apparently. Spotify is apparently just going around and fucking throwing cash at them. Taking money from musicians and just giving it to podcasters.
Shit, we're in the right game.
So you had $100 million to burn? How about you just give how about you give the
dude.
musicians like 7 cents more a track?
Oh, yeah, true. Michelle Obama's new podcast is exclusively on Spotify.
Yeah, dog. They're fucking giving them money, bro.
Shout out to Michelle. If you're listening to the podcast, could you give us a plug, please? We're giving you a plug.
Ecosystem. Okay, let's get back to it here. So, eggs in one basket. At the end of the day, shit's not happening. We're well accustomed to your tactics. We know you're doing run-of-the-mill shit.
Yeah.
You're not thinking outside the box,
Yeah.
which is fine, but don't come at us if you're going to do that. I think that's what he's trying to say.
Yeah, don't come at me as well.
I'm sorry, dude. Didn't mean to stare you down like that. You just did my line of vision. Okay. This is just the beginning. Here comes crescendo. Annie, are you okay? Peeking out the window.
Little Michael Jackson's
A little
reference.
Michael Jackson reference, man.
Michael Jackson, or if you were born in a later era than Michael Jackson and didn't quite know that it was a cover, Alien Ant Farm also did.
Well, when I was a child, a wee boy, Michael Jackson was like, I lived and breathed Michael Jackson every morning.
I can see that.
Like, he was
Yeah.
my idol. When that Alien Ant Farm version came out, I had never heard that song before in my life. And I
Really?
just thought it was theirs until Mum one day said to me it was a Michael Jackson cover, and I was like, no way. And I
Really?
listened to the original. I was
was
like,
it
how
kind
did I
of
not know
like
this?
back catalogue Michael Jackson?
Smooth Criminal.
Smooth Criminal was
Smooth
like
Criminal was like fire. That had a video and everything.
yeah,
It was awesome
and it's
too,
a
man.
sick video.
Yeah,
clip
they
as
all
well.
got that lean.
Yeah,
lean on.
yeah.
So what?
Man.
That song was just like nullified to you as a kid.
You just throwing it in fucking just about anything in the moment.
Hey, it's all about referencing back.
Yeah, he's back referencing. It's true.
So Alien Air Farm for me was the one, which I love that version because it is for me.
It had a great guitar riff. Bow,
Oh.
I don't want to hear this version now.
Well, you never heard the Alien Ant Farm version.
No,
It was
I
on-
only know.
It was
Whoa,
on like a.
what?
It was like on a.
No.
I think it was a summer So Fresh hits of. I want to say like 2003, 2004, around that era.
I sadly used to buy those with my sister as well, so it's like
There's
Oh,
nothing
yeah.
nothing sad
Every
about
single
that. They'd be worth a pretty penny these
Do you reckon?
days.
Oh fuck! I wish
They're
I actually.
such a nostalgic item for people.
yeah,
our
you
age.
really could send it like sell it to like a rich millennial for like fucking
I feel everyone had them, though, didn't they not?
yeah. Well, but the thing is, there's like 4 a year, wasn't there? There was like
Yeah, it was
every
each season,
fucking
yeah, yeah.
season. Yeah.
They were ubiquitous at the time, but right now they're not making them and trying to find those CDs. Limited press.
Do you reckon anyone's gonna want vinyl?
Vinyls in the early 2000s.
Yeah, imagine that as like So Fresh did this one-off release of like 2002. like
If So
autumn.
Fresh, the franchise, is still in existence and they want to make money these days, that would be a great business strategy
Dude, if
for
they
them.
were-
I genuinely reckon people would buy.
I think
vinyls
if
of
they
that.
re-released them like on vinyl, they'd all be sold.
Yeah.
Like if they did 100 a pop or something, because I'd buy one for like nostalgia sake.
I'd buy one as a gift for someone to be hilarious.
Yeah, I was thinking about buying a Maroon fucking 5 album on vinyl just for nostalgia. That's a guilty pleasure.
Songs
by the
about
way.
Jane.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
the only album to worth buying.
I don't know if Maroon 5 quite hits
One of the first
the
albums I
category
bought.
of being shameful, of being like a
Oh,
guilty
that's the
pleasure.
latest stuff is fucking awful though.
All right, I haven't listened to the latest
Like
stuff.
moves like Jagger and stuff. Like it's all. I got the moves
yeah,
like Jagger.
yeah,
I will
yeah.
say it is catchy. That song where it comes on, like my hips will move, and it angers me, but I can't help it.
But it's like catchy like a fucking tumor though. It's not catchy like.
yeah. But I'll forgive moves like Jagger as much as it pains me to say it.
Yeah.
So, don't know why he's randomly thrown a Michael Jackson reference into this song. Annie, are you okay? Peeking out the window is a Goody Mob reference.
Okay.
No idea what it has to do with this
So maybe
song,
just
or
like,
it's tie-in. I'm sure he has
music-
I'm sure there's just tie-in, but
Yeah.
I'm missing it. I don't know.
Yeah. Just songs.
I'm sorry, Richie. I'm just not here for you. Dude. I don't know.
We got the rest of it. This part you've lost me.
This is just the beginning. Here comes the crescendo. Is that like a reference to you've only just scratched the surface with me? If you want to continue this path, if you want to continue insulting me, it's going to be hell.
Ooh, yeah, not
Ooh,
bad.
That's actually pretty good.
that kind of
And I guess the Smooth Criminal like film clip from memory, he was going in there and beating up all those. Well, he's like showing his dominance over those gangs, right? From memory.
Yeah, I think so. It's a lot of Michael Jackson videos of him with gangs. And
It
just breaks
is.
into
They
dance and
are
then, like,
literally-
fight dancing. And then,
They're like bad. Anyway.
Well, because then he also goes into peeking out the window, which is like if you're peeking out the window, either you've got severe agoraphobia, which might be brought on by the fact that you're worried about what someone could do to you, aka what is it?
Yeah, that actually makes sense though for this guy.
Stepa J. Groggs?
This like little incel kind of sitting there, tapping away, calling him out.
And now he's calling him out,
Yeah, and he's like,
putting the fear back in his heart,
yeah.
dude,
He's
yeah,
like, Annie, are you
nice.
okay?
if that's it, that's rad.
tying it all back, being
didn't
like,
think of that.
you can lay shit on me, but me in the real world, when I lay shit on you,
Yeah,
you're gonna be inside and you're gonna be petrified, quivering in your little fucking boots.
spot on, man. I like that.
Thank you.
I can get around that.
Could be a giant stretch, but who knows?
But again,
Stretch me out
we
there.
don't actually know what any of these lyrics are supposed to mean.
That's true. All right, well,
Very true. Well, the last little bit's just sort of hanging off the end of that. So, Annie, are you okay? Peeking out the window. Wrong info. Fake flex and me and them know. I could tell you just took the Uber sticker off your window.
well, you're saying this guy doesn't diversify, but maybe he drives Uber on the side.
Yeah, it sounds like he's got his hand in a
He's got
couple
a
of
couple-
baskets here, dude.
He is diversifying.
Is it a bit of a like throwing a bit of shade, being like you're taking the Uber off your window, that you've got to drive Uber in your spare time to make enough cash to make ends meet?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
it's just
probably.
straight dissing this dude for
I
hustling.
think he's going for the more insult than diss.
I think it's more he's sort of saying, obviously, fake flex, and the guy's making out like he's killing it more, but really, dude, you're just driving Ubers on the side. Like,
Yeah. And you've used your car as a tax
and you're coming at
write-off.
me who's, actually been starting to get quite successful off this. And relax.
Yeah, that's fair.
I like that.
He was consistent with just fucking... He had to get some fucking shit off his chest with that internet troll, huh?
Oh, he did. This one guy got to him too. one person really.
Fuck this. Someone will write
Do
something
you,
about
do you think this is like a summation of all he's seen in troll
I wouldn't-
behavior
yeah.
towards him, or this is like one specific?
I'd say it's
person?
like, it's like a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Man. I doubt it's just one dude. Unless this is like the super consistent guy, then he's like...
Actually, I'd much prefer if it was just one person that he's just attacking.
I think in my head, I like to imagine it's just one. He's like, fucking this guy again? You know?
That's the end of the verse, man. And then they just basically go back into the chorus and just redo the everything's cool, everything's gravy and biscuits.
Cool. So that's nearly it. We'll just give it a cheeky BPMs. Shall I start?
Let's go nuts.
I'm going to go for 410. Like, I think...
Yeah, nice.
I was actually impressed. I think we got more out of the song than I thought we would. It is one of my favorite tracks on the album. I really do like that one with Freddie Gibbs, Wax On. Is a lot of fun as well. But good song. Sadly, that will be the last time that Groggs is on a record with these guys. But that's life, I guess.
Just on a side note, Freddie Gibbs has to be the most prolific rapper at the minute. The amount of material
Since he got out of
he's
jail,
released,
that guy's...
just been recording.
Have you ever looked at his Twitter?
Hey?
You ever looked at his Twitter?
No.
Oh, it is unbelievably entertaining. It's so good.
Yeah? All right. Well, I know what I'm doing after we record this. I'm going to go a 415. I thought that there was some very clever references in there, and it really made us think. We had to do a lot of deliberation before we actually kind of got down to the nitty-gritty of what they might be saying. Sure, the topic is maybe not as exciting as a lot of other rap songs. You're talking about internet trolls, but I guess it's prevalent to the rappers these days and what they've got to actually deal with and go through.
And it's like more realistic. Like, we've all probably experienced someone on the internet rather than the going through the I'm sure going through the motions of gun violence, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm feeling pretty in the same spot, dude. I'd probably go.
It's hard being the last one for sure.
It is, especially when you're going. What did you say? 415, 410. I meant to go in there, man. 413. I go 420. Be that guy.
You can do it.
I'm gonna go 417. For no particular reason. I think 420 is a bit too high for it. I think cool song, like it. Outside the lyric, I think production's cool. It's quite breezy. It's quite easy listening.
Yeah, the whole album's pretty easy to listen to, really.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, there's a couple of intense ones. The JPEG feature on there is a bit intense.
Actually, you forget about that. It's like
yeah,
there's a point where I was like, "What is?"
It feels like someone throwing knives at you.
Jailbreak the Tesla if you're just waking up in the morning and you hear that heavy bass and it's not through a good speaker.
Like the car sounds they put in there as well.
Yeah,
the beeping and the horn and the
fucking Jailbreak the Tesla. Yeah, it's a
great song.
Yeah, cool production.
I really like Jawbreaker, actually. That's a cool song.
Yeah, and what's the first one? Is that...
I think that's Jawbreaker was the first single off it. Oh, no, sorry, Karuna and Lime.
Karuna and
I do love that song. The video's cool, too.
Yeah, that is a cool... Like, only like in a minute and a half, but cool track. Anyway, call it a day, fellas.
But yeah, 417.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, everyone. Fucking give us 5-star reviews. Don't give us anything else.
Instagram.
Yeah, just be positive about the show.
Yeah.
Nothing negative. Just keep it
I
yourself.
thought any publicity was good publicity, no?
Yeah, like you got to be famous or something to call us out. If you're famous, then you can call us out because then it is good publicity for us.
Should we, on a side note, give a shout out to this potential little brewery or beer company?
No, right now it's on the cards and it's not even on free. We've done enough free promotionals for people. Maybe next episode we might have a sponsor, but right now, no.
Yeah, okay, all right. So
next episode we'll give you a good beer to drink.
we're sponsorless at the minute, folks. So go out.
I'm working on it. I'm really trying to sell us out, but it's fucking harder than you think.
Go and choose your beer without having us influence you.
Bye now.
Ciao.
What?
Ugh.
Do you wanna hit the?
Yeah. Oh, what is that, Mac?
Oh yeah, you got to capitalize that M. Yeah.
Ugh.
expect it to be as late as it was, actually.
No, you gotta do it.
How long did we do that for?
I don't know, I feel like it was mine shorter. I guess once we got a bunch of, like, once we got a few of them